It was Kathleen Turner's gravelly voice, sheer talent, and indomitable spirit that took her from drama school grad to Hollywood superstar. After starring in Body Heat in 1981, her career skyrocketed, and by now she's performed a variety of illustrious roles on both screen and stage. Here are some untold facts you might not know about Kathleen Turner. When Kathleen Turner rose to stardom, people began comparing her to another stunning actress with a deep voice. Many thought of her as a younger Lauren Bacall. Both women found fame in femme fatale roles. They were possessed with a sense of self-effacing sensuality. Perhaps most importantly, both were gifted with unusually deep voices. She tapped into the media comparisons when she first met Bacall, playfully introducing herself by saying, "Hi, I'm the young you." Later, whenever they would run into each other, they would jokingly compete to see who could get their voice the lowest. Following the success of Romancing the Stone in 1984, studio 20th Century Fox and star Michael Douglas were eager to make a sequel straight away. However, when Kathleen read the script for The Jewel of the Nile, she despised it, so much so that she refused to do the movie unless they fixed the script. She even tried to drop out of it completely, but the studio threatened her with a $25 million breach of contract lawsuit if she didn't make the movie. Production on The Jewel of the Nile was further marred by the death of the film's production manager and production designer in a plane crash, making the shoot even tougher to complete. The film was ultimately met with lukewarm reviews and more modest box office success. Kathleen Turner has never been shy about dishing the dirt on her contemporaries in Hollywood, in particular those who've crossed her. The actress spoke out regarding film legends and infamous womanizers Warren Beatty, Jack Nicholson, and her constant co-star Michael Douglas. She revealed that Michael Douglas let her in on their little competition, which was to see who could sleep with her first. Turner stressed that none of them did, and that she didn't like to think of herself as a trophy. In the first test footage shot for the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the role of Jessica Rabbit was taken by actress Russi Taylor. However, when Robert Zemeckis was brought on to direct the film, he suggested that Turner take over the role. She was happy to accept. She was pregnant at the time and welcomed a voice acting job which required no physical exertion on her part. The move was a good one, and her husky voice remains a perfect fit for Jessica Rabbit's sultry character, although Amy Irving provided the singing voice. Kathleen Turner's father, Alan Richard Turner, was a U.S. diplomat in China. When World War II broke out, he was held as a prisoner of war by the Japanese for 4 years. When the U.S. dropped atomic bombs and forced Japan to surrender, he was finally liberated. But with his time spent as a prisoner, he became fluent in Mandarin and Cantonese, which was seen as a valuable asset, and he was immediately drafted into the Foreign Service. Kathleen confessed that her father hardly spoke about his time imprisoned. Born on June 19, 1954, Kathleen might have been born in Springfield, Missouri, but she certainly didn't stay there. As the daughter of a U.S. Foreign Service agent, she called many places home, including Canada, Cuba, Venezuela, and England. Despite dotting around the globe during her formative years, she has always remained a staunch patriot and considers herself American through and through, although she confesses her Old English accent naturally resurfaces when she finds herself talking to a Brit. Since the very beginning of her career, she made conscious decisions when it came to the type of role she took. She was very wary of typecasting, so she made a point of steering clear of any roles that might limit her, and instead she moved more toward comedy. This was evident with both Romancing the Stone and the 1986 film Peggy Sue Got Married, and it appears she achieved her goal. The 1990 movie Ghost was a huge hit that helped leading lady Demi Moore become one of the most famous actresses of that decade. However, before Moore wound up landing the role, Kathleen Turner was among the many actresses offered the part of Molly Jensen. She ultimately said no because she believed the film was certain to be a flop. Ghost ended up landing multiple Oscar nominations and made over $500 million at the box office. Still, she wasn't the only one unconvinced by the script for Ghost. The role of Molly was also turned down by Andie MacDowell, Deborah Winger, Mary Steenburgen, and Gina Davis. On the set of Peggy Sue Got Married, the movie crew worked tirelessly, 20 hours a day, 6 days a week. As you can guess, the stress levels were over the top. In addition to that, she noted that she had a difficult time working alongside Nicolas Cage. In her book, she claims that while Peggy Sue Got Married was in production, Cage was arrested twice for drunk driving, and bizarrely for stealing a chihuahua. He was furious about her allegations, and he was eager to protect his image, so he sued the actress for defamation, and to her disappointment, he won. She was made to apologize publicly and promised to make a substantial donation to a charity of Cage's choosing. Not one to shy away from getting her hands dirty, she has performed many of her own stunts. The actress performed some potentially dangerous feats in films like Romancing the Stone, V.I. Warshawski, and Undercover Blues. She also performed the famous chandelier swinging scene in The War of the Roses herself. As much as she wanted to do all of her own stunts, production teams sometimes had to dissuade her from attempting the riskier ones. She even wanted to swing across a gorge in Romancing the Stone, but she was forbidden from doing so by the stunt team, as well as director Robert Zemeckis, because it was way too dangerous. In 1992, while she was filming another movie, she realized something strange about her feet. At first, she had swollen feet, then she wasn't able to walk or even hold a glass. A year later, she finally got a disturbing diagnosis. She had developed rheumatoid arthritis, a chronic inflammatory disorder. The level of pain she was experiencing made it difficult to work, and as such, her screen appearances became more sporadic. Happily, after new treatments became available, her arthritis eventually went into remission, and by the mid-2000s, she was able to fully resume work again. During the time that her screen appearances became few and far between, she moved into another field of acting, that of a teacher. She began teaching a course in practical acting at New York University, which she titled Shut Up and Do It. She gave out no-nonsense advice to aspiring actors, and would also eventually publish a book about the same topic in 2018. While teaching, she also tried her hand at directing theater for the first time in 2008. Following her first production, Crimes of the Heart, she directed a second off-Broadway show in 2015 entitled Would You Still Love Me If? Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, and consider subscribing and sharing Recollection Road Entertainment with someone you know. If you enjoyed this video, consider watching this playlist. As always, thank you so much for watching.